Next brand would be Colourpop. I only have 3 palettes from Colourpop because although they are popular, a lot of people are raving about them. I'm just really not that into Colourpop. So yeah, the first palette that I got from the brand is the Zodiac palette in collaboration with Kathleen Lights. I used to watch Kathleen Lights, but since I discovered indie brands, I have been watching a lot of creators focusing on indie brands, not so much on the mainstream, but I still like some mainstream brands. So yeah, this is the Zodiac palette, and this is the palette that it got me turned off from the brand because the quality in here is not terrible, but it's not good, especially the shimmers. The shimmers are like, this is the Colourpop that everyone is raving about. I don't get it. Like, I don't really get it. So I bought this one the moment it was released, and I was not impressed. So for like 5 years, I didn't really buy from the brand. But in 2023, I bought this too because I was like, let's give Colourpop another chance. Maybe their newer palettes have been improved. And I was right about my intuition. So this is the Darth Vader palette, and I really like this palette. Anything that is smoky is making my heart melt. So if you have not learned yet, I really do love smoky eyes. Like, I love wearing smoky eyes on a daily basis, and anything like smoky, like cool toned smoky palettes, give me I'm giving you my money. So yeah, this is the Darth Vader palette, and I'm gonna keep this one because the shimmers in here are so amazing. And then this is the Sage Today. I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I prefer this color story over the Child palette. I really like these greens with the with some browns in here because, as I have said, I really do love wearing smoky eyes, and I really love palettes that have like day to night kind of vibe because it means that I can travel with them. So yeah, I'm keeping all of my Colourpop palettes. I have spent a lot of money on them. If you're in the Philippines, Colourpop is expensive to get because sellers are like, let's put more 500 pesos on them. That's why I'm keeping all of them. So this is from a local brand, and when I say local brand, I mean brands from the Philippines. So I only have 2 from Vice Cosmetics, and I have to say that Vice Cosmetics has really good formula when it comes to their eyeshadow. So this one, this is a limited edition. I think this is their collaboration with Powerpuff Girls, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so I got this Boom eyeshadow palette. I really like this palette, and I got this on sale. I think this was originally $245, and I got this for like $121. So I really like these shadows, so I'm gonna keep, and I'm also gonna keep this one. So Vice Cosmetics, they really do love to collaborate, but most of their eyeshadow palettes are limited edition. So this is the Justice palette, and it's from the Wonder Woman collaboration, Wonder Woman collection, and I really love the quality of the shimmers in here. And as you can see, I have already hit pan on 2 of them because this palette loved to be in my pan those eyeshadows last year. That's why I have managed to hit pan on 2 shadows. So the shimmers in here also have that putty-like consistency, so they move around a lot in the palette, so that's why I have managed to hit pan pretty quickly. So proceeding to my Zeesea cosmetics collection. So I love to collect this brand because this is my favorite brand from cbeauty when it comes to formula and price range. If you have noticed, I don't have cbeauty palettes that are like more on the expensive side, but I would love to try Shelly and Haggard in the future, and if it fits my budget, like I can afford them, but I just really don't like to spend a lot of money on makeup. Like I mean, like on a single product, I really don't like to spend that much money. But maybe one day I'll treat myself. I think I will try Shelby first. Flower News is really pretty, but yeah, I'd love to try more of a like a complete palette rather than palettes with pretty packaging. So yeah, so the first one I have in here is this cement plate palette. I think this is a new release. This is a cool tuned palette, and I have not yet tried this one. I have not used this one, but judging from my experience on the palette, I know that this would perform the same. So yeah, I'm keeping this one because it's a new palette, and I will not get rid any of my Zeesea palettes. So next, the next ones are from their British Museum collection, and I believe that you cannot get this 2 anymore. This 2 one. So the first one I have in here is the Rainbow Wings. I think that's the name, Rainbow Wings. I think this is inspired by the Egyptian culture. So each palette is inspired by some sort of a culture, and I really love the inserts of this palette. So by the way, the packaging is so amazing. It's like 1000 out of 100. But the packaging is made of plastic. That's why mine is broken. But yeah, so as you can see, the insert. I don't know what do you call this character right here, but I think it's a god. It's an Egyptian god. I'm so sorry if it's not, but it's inspired by the Egyptian culture. So this palette, this is my favorite, like my top favorite from the brand, because this palette has variety of textures in them, especially the shimmers one. So we have a this duochrome shimmer. I don't know if you can see in this one. This one is more of a duochrome shimmer with that flaky texture, and then we also have this metallic shades. This Cerise. By the way, I remember somebody said that the shimmers on this British Museum line is comparable to the oh my god, I can't speak. So I'm so sorry again for another interruption. I got I got low on memory, but it's now fixed. So yeah, let's continue. So as I have been saying earlier, some of the vloggers that have tried this palette said that the shimmers in this particular series, the British Museum series, are comparable to the Pat McGrath special shades, like, you know, those astral whatever shades. So yeah, I really like this palette, and I will not let go of this one. Like, I'm not gonna let go, even if these are not available anymore. I won't let go of them. So yeah, I'm not one of those people who are like, I'm just gonna let this one go because it's not available anymore and I cannot talk about them anymore in my videos. Yeah, we all have our freedom, but I'm just really not that type of person, because I want to keep my palettes, especially if they are limited edition, because I cannot get them anymore, and if I miss them, I know that I would regret letting of them go. So yeah, nope. So this one is based on the Day of the Dead, the Dia de los Muertos, something like that. I always like laugh when some Western bloggers would be like, de los muertos. It's not muertos, it's muertos. So yeah, the insert is a it's a sugar skull. So this palette is called Crystal Skull. So this palette is heavy on the purple shades. This one contains this pressed glitter, but it's like a fine glitters. And then this one, so this I don't like this type of glitter, but this one, which is more of like a topper, I kind of like that. So yeah, I really don't mind the glitters in this palette because they are well made. What I mean by that is, I know that these glitters will stay on my eyelids because they are made as like eyeshadows and not just as, you know, some of the cheaply made glitters, they don't stay long, but these ones do. And yeah, I really like this palette. Also, I just wish that this has more like dark mattes so I can create smoky looks, but I still like this one and I'm gonna keep it. So lastly would be the 9-pan ones. I think this is also part of the British Museum collection, but these are the the Alice in Wonderland collection, not the British Museum. So the first one I have in here, this is the Autumn Tea Party. I can only find this palette in Lazada, in the Zeesea Lazada shop. Maybe it's a Lazada exclusive, because I can't find this in their Shopee shop, but I can find this in Lazada. So this is a cool toned neutral palette, and this is my level 4 project level up, but I have failed to do my level 4 because I ran out of time, and as I have said, I don't wear a lot of makeup now that I resigned from my work and focused on my online business. So yeah, I like this palette, and of course I'm gonna keep it. So the next one is the Rose Palette. This one is more on the rosy, pinky, reddish vibe. And I have hit pan. As you can see, there's a baby pan on this glitter topper shade. This was in my those eyeshadows way back in 2023. Yeah. So the only downside I think I have with this night pan palettes is most of their eyeshadows feel like more of a glitter topper than a proper shimmer shade, but this one, it's a proper shimmer shade, and then these two are more on the glitter topper side of things, and that kind of bothers me because I love proper shimmers that I can use all over the lids. The next one is the Almond Tea palette. This is the warmer version of the Autumn Tea. So Autumn Tea, as you can see, it's more on the cool tone side, and this one is more on the warmer but lighter side. So yeah, I really it's another pressed glitter, and I really don't like that. But this is a proper shimmer, so yeah, I like this palette. I think this is my most least favorite from the entire Zeesea line, but yeah, I like this as a standalone palette. It's like a daytime palette. So yeah, so I'm running out of time. So next one is the Chestnut palette. This is a neutral, like a standalone neutral palette. This is like a proper shimmer, and then these two are like glitter toppers, and these two are like sequin mattes. I am really annoyed when brands do that, because just do a proper matte. Don't put sequins in them. Nobody asked for them. The last palette from Zeesea is this purple plate, and this is my top palette from Zeesea. And I was so surprised and happy at the same time that the swatch video for this palette is my most viewed video. I think it's already around 31.6 thousand views, and I am really a small channel, and having 31,000 views on a single video is just so heartwarming, and it means the world to me. So for all the people who have watched the video and liked and comment, thank you so much for all of the engagements, because it pushed my video on your recommended video. So yeah, this is a purple based palette, and this shade, I don't know if you can see it, it's a duo chrome shade. It has a purple, it's a gold with a purple flip. It's one of the most unique shades I have ever seen in my life, and I think I will do a deep dive on this palette, and I will do a ranking on all of my Zeesea palettes. So let me know if you're interested with this one. So this is inspired by the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland, and they are always having sale on Shopee and Lazada. So if you see this one, just grab it, because you will not regret buying this amazing palette. So the next two palettes I will be showing you are just my two cbeauty palettes. So first one I have in here is the Etude Playtone eye palette in the variant Cashmere Mauve. I think I'm gonna get this palette anymore because it's a limited edition, but knowing cbeauty, their color stories are just being made over and over again by the brands. Like, I'm not really into cbeauty eyeshadows because they are so redundant and the color story are just always being like light toned, like mauves, pinks, peaches. Like it's not really that interesting to me, but for the most part I really do love the mattes because their matte eyeshadows are always like feel so smooth and so buttery, and it's just pigmented. It's just that their shimmers are just like more of the glittery toppers. So yeah, I have not yet used this palette, but I swatched the shimmers in here, and I have to say that it's an okay palette, but I'm gonna keep this one because it's the only one that I have from the brand. And then this one right here is from the brand Romand, whatever. And this is their Rosebud Garden, I think, palette. And I really like this one, and the mattes in here are just so amazing, and every time I use this palette I feel so pretty. That's why I'm gonna keep this one. This is more on the expensive side. Like sometimes they go on sale for like 600, 800 pesos, but if I think originally it's around 1,000 plus, but Roman is always on sale. So yeah, keep eye on the Roman ones because according to people it's one of the best ones from cbeauty. And so the next two palettes in here, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I almost dropped my palette. In here are from BH Cosmetics. BH Cosmetics is no longer a brand. I know they have bought by Makeup Revolution, but like, you know, like the BH quality is not there anymore. So yeah, this is the Royal Affair palette. It's a neutral palette with pops of greens and some pinks, but for the most part it's neutral, and the shimmers in here are not as good as the ones from the Zodiac, but I still like this palette, and I still gonna keep this one because I cannot buy BH Cosmetics anymore. So as a remembrance, I would love to keep my two palettes from them. And then this one is the Zodiac palette. I got this way back in 2020. I bought this as birthday gift for myself, and after having this for almost 5 years, the quality of the shimmers is still there. It's still the same. I really love the baked formula of BH Cosmetics, and then the mattes are so pigmented. I had a hard time hitting pan on this one because it's so pigmented, it's so concentrated. I just need a tiny amount to achieve the desired saturation that I want. So if you still have the BH Cosmetics with the baked formula, don't ever let go of them because I know you will regret and you will miss them. And the next portion of this video, I would be showcasing you the palettes, the only palettes that I have from the brand. So I have a lot of them because I love to try a lot of brands. So yeah, I actually plan on expanding the collection of the brands that I have to mention. So yeah, maybe in the future I can buy more, depending on the availability of these brands in my country and in Shopee and Lazada. So yeah, the first palette I have in here, I don't even want to pronounce this one because I know that I will just butcher. But it sounds French, like it sounds like Pudaier, whatever. But I could be totally wrong. So this is a really nice color story. I know that it's not like a day to night color story, but I just this palette has a soft spot in my heart, and I know that the brand does not longer exist because they just remove all of their products from their online shop. But maybe they are just in the process of rebranding, or maybe they just no longer a brand. But I will never ever let go of this one. So yeah, still gonna keep this one. The next one I have in here is the LA Girl Keep It Playful Downplay palette. So I have discovered this palette from Morgan Turner. You know, Morgan Turner, she really does love her luxury makeup, and when she said that these two metallic shades are comparable to luxury quality, I was like, yes, give. I'm gonna search for this palette and I'm gonna buy it because I trust Morgan Turner when she says something affordable seems to have the same quality as the luxury. I'm like, girl, give me that. So yeah, I really do love this palette, and this is my favorite neutral palette, and I have used this twice, but the two times that I have used this, I'm still blown away by the quality. So yeah, if I think you can still get this palette, and please just buy it. Just buy it from LA Girl. And then the next one I have in here, this is a C-Beauty brand, NOVO. I think this is I don't know if it's the name, Peninsular powder. But this is the #1 palette, which is the cool toned palette. I really like this one. This is more of a mini palette because for this size you already get 16 eyeshadows, but I think each shadow weighs around less than 1 gram, so that's why I call this a mini palette. But I really like the quality of this palette. Even the lighter mattes are showing up on my eyelids. You would think that for the price, so I bought this around 200 pesos, you would think that it will not show up on my skin, but it actually does, and I really like this palette, so I'm just gonna keep it because I rarely see this palette being sold at Shopee. And then this one, I don't know how to pronounce, SHCOETY, whatever, SHCOETY. I think this is a TikTok brand. Some people says that they can find this on Alibaba or AliExpress, but I bought this from Shopee Choice. So the only palette that I have from the brand is this the purple one. So this color story spoke to me the best. That's why I got this one first, and I think they have 3 more. I am contemplating whether to get them or not, because for me they are just neutral palettes, and this one is more on the colorful side. And as I have said earlier, I really do love the palettes that have this kind of smokiness to them, like a day to night palette. And I really do love the cool tones, like the cool tones in here, and then this duochrome purple shade. I still have to test this palette, and I think, judging by just looking at it, this would be like an amazing palette. So yeah, I just have to know in the future if it's really good or not. So the next palettes I have in here are like the smaller palettes I have. So the first one in here is this Biya palette. It's another cool tone palette. I don't know the name. It just says 102 palette. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this one, and I need to use this one more. And then this one is the Judy Doll. They're all-in-one palette for the full face. So this one you can use this as a blush, and this one you can also use this as a face highlighter. And this is the number 15 palette. I think this is the some sort of, I forget the name, but it's like gray Taro, pink gray Taro, something like that. So I'm gonna keep this one because I really love this, and I am amazed by the quality of these shadows. Like, I would not expect that I can create a smoky look using this palette, but I am so glad that I tried Judy Doll, and I want to buy more from them. The next palette is, I think this is an Italian brand, Pudaier. My former co-worker gave this to me, and it's just a your everyday neutral palette. I have not used this one yet, but I'm just gonna keep this because I really appreciate the gesture of my friend, and I do miss them. I do miss my former workmates. The next palette is the Cashmere. It's a cbeauty brand, and it's the BD601 palette, but in the shop that I bought this from, this palette is called Reverse Emotion. So this brand has a lot of palettes that in this format, but this blue purple color story is what caught my eye. So I still have to try this palette, but I have already made a swatching video of this, and a lot of people seem to be interested in this palette, and I'm gonna keep this one because I want to try more from the brand. So the next one is the O.TWO.O. It's a Pro Eye palette number 6. This palette is heavily inspired by the Romand Fog Garden, something like that palette, but that palette is all matte, and this one has 2 shimmers, and I think that these 2 shimmers changed the whole game for this color story, because this shimmer is one of the most unique looking shimmer I have ever tried. Like this one just looks like your typical like light taupe shade, but when I put this on my eyes, it just does magic. And so I really love this palette, and I'm not gonna ever let go of this one. And this is quite cheap. It's like around 100 plus pesos. That's around like $2. And then the only palette I have from O.TWO.O is this Taro pink purple palette. It's another cool tone palette, and I still have to use this one, and I have not made a swatching video of this. I hope I got the chance to use this in the future because it's just looks so like pretty and romantic. And then the only one I have from Pink Flash is the Cranberries and Cream palette. It's a warm tone palette, but I have used this one like 2 years ago, and I remember really liking the look, that the warm look that I made with this palette. I am not a warm tone person, but I know that warm tones complements brown eyes pretty well. So yeah, I think I need to use more warm tones. Okay, so this is gonna be the last pile of my palettes, and then after that I'm just gonna run through quickly on my quads, mini palettes, and some of my singles, and I think after that I'm done for the day. It's already 3:30 a.m. and I am losing already my voice, and I am just feeling really sleepy right now, so just quickly gonna run through each. So this is the Narimi Deadwood palette, and it's my perfect grungy, neutral grungy with the pops of purple. I really like this one, and if you can get this, if you have the chance to get this palette, just buy it. Just buy it. So good. It's an indie cbeauty brand, and it's more on the expensive side for me, but this palette is really worth it. And then the next one I have in here, this is the Detail. This is a local brand. It's a Filipino brand, and this is a limited edition palette. You cannot get this anymore, but I'm still gonna give this one because look at this color story. It's like neutral with a pops of green and some pinks. I think for a local brand, this is a really unique color story, and the quality is still the same. So I'm just gonna keep this one because I can no longer buy this, and I know I will regret if I ever let go of that palette. So next one, Perfect Diary. It's a cbeauty brand. It's more on the expensive side, but this is the Red Fox palette. I must say that the stars in this palette are the matte shadows, because the shimmers in here are just more on the glittery side, and I love to have a proper shimmer that I can slather all over my lids and then put a glitter topper. So yeah, and this shade height has become like hard. It's so hard to use, so yeah, but I still like this palette, and I'm gonna keep this one because I spent a lot of money on this. Like around 1,000 pesos. And then the next one, I'm not sure if this is an Arab brand, but I can only find this on Shopee Choice. So Shopee Choice usually carries like brands from other countries, but with a discounted price. But this is the Maria colors. I just bought this as a Christmas gift for myself, and for some reason this color story reminds me of a Too Faced palette, which I cannot recall. Maybe the no, not the peach one, but yeah, as you can see, the shade names are food based, and I think this is a heavily inspired Too Faced palette. I just cannot pinpoint exactly what palette, but yeah. So I still have to try this one, but this shade is included in my bundles eyeshadows this round. So yeah, I still have to find out if the quality is good. So the next palette in here is the ZOEVA O.TWO.O palette, and this palette is currently my oldest palette in my collection, and I got this way back in 2017, and the quality in here was never there. Like, every time I tried to make a look with just these shades, they just look muddy. So I think it's time to let this one go, and I think this shade is getting moldy, and I have a lot of palettes, like cool tone palettes, that have a better quality than this one, so I'm just gonna let this one go and put this on the trash, because I'm not gonna give this to the daughter of my friend, because I don't want her to get eye infection. So this one, bye, you're on trash. Oh my god, I'm starting to lose my voice, you guys, but I just want to finish this one. So this is the balm in the palm of your hand, volume 1. So this palette contains cheek products and their best selling shadows from their palettes. I'm gonna keep this one because anything by the balm I love, so I'm gonna keep this one. This one, you can no longer buy this, but I can still see this palette floating around Shopee and Lazada. So this is the Essence to Which Side palette, and it has this lenticular package. So yeah, I think this is also heavily inspired by the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. It's giving the vibes of that. The mattes in here are great. They're okay, they're great. But the shimmers, they are not really that impactful. But the ones with this marbled ones, they are good. But the shimmers, these four, they are okay. But I'm still gonna keep this palette because I really like anything witchy. I'm a spiritual person. I have tarot cards. And anything that's like witchy stuff, I really like. So I'm gonna keep this. Then this is the IMAGIC High Heels palette. And it's inspired by the Melt Gemini palette, but I have already made a video about this one, and I still stand by what I said, that this is not an exact dupe of that palette. The shades are not that exact on the Gemini, so I think it's inspired by the Gemini, but it's not a dupe, it's not an alternative. This is a different color story with the same type of shades. So yeah, I still got you can no longer buy this, but I'm still gonna keep this one. Okay, so the last ones that I'm gonna show you would have to be my single shadows and mini palette. So just quickly, I'm gonna show you. These are the you can be like their pigments. I don't think they sell this anymore, but I'm gonna keep all of this because these are pigmented and some of these are duochrome. So yeah, I'm gonna let this one go. And then I have two singles from SHCOETY, whatever. And these two are duochromes. I have not yet tried this one, but basing from the swatches that I have of these shadows, they would be pigmented. I am so losing my voice, so I just need to just be fast. So this is the e.l.f. Mint Melt palette. You can no longer get this palette, but I'm gonna keep this one because this is the only e.l.f. palette I currently have in my collection, and I still need to try this palette, but I know that this would be a nice palette, so yeah, I'm just gonna keep this. And then this one in here, it's the MAC Magnificent Duo. I had this since 2017, and I'm only keeping this one because my sister-in-law gave this to me, and I just do not have the heart to let go of this one, although I know that the MAC shadows are not the same like before. So this one in here, this is the MAC Honey Lust. This is my first ever MAC eyeshadow, and I got this one like way back in 2010, so I'm just gonna keep this for memory, like memory keeps, oh my god, I cannot speak, memory safekeeping, but this is just disgusting to use, so I'm just gonna use it. And then the only luxury palette I have is this Natasha Denona Mini Retro palette. So I bought this one as a gift for myself for quitting my job, my toxic job that got me sick. So yeah, I like this palette, and of course I'm gonna keep it because I spent a lot of money on it. That's expensive for me. And then the next one is the Decalu, like the blue palette, like the icy blue kind of palette. I'm gonna keep this one. And then this is the Sheen Effect, like the all duochrome palette. I have made a swatch video of this, and a lot of people seem to be interested in this one. I have tried using this one, and some of these are more of a glitter toppers, but some are like proper duochrome shimmer shades. So this is a mini palette, and each shade is less than 1 gram. It's like some sort of a sampler palette, and if you thinking of buying that one, just get it. So this is the Tipsy palette. Sorry, it's the Tipsy palette, and they have other two, but this is the one that has caught my attention, and so got that one. So this is the Sweet Mint Quad. I like this, so I'm just gonna keep this one, and I only have this one from Sweet Mint, so yeah. Then this is the Tingfe eyeshadow palette, the mini 9-pan palette, and it's more on a like smoky with a pop of purple palette. I still have to try this one, so I'm just gonna keep this one. And then the last, finally we're at the end because I'm really losing my voice, is the Squad. So this is a local brand, so it's this Squad Cosmetics Quadlet Mini Palette in the shade Serene. I like this one, so I'm just gonna keep it. Quickly, I'm just gonna show you everything that I have decluttered. So I have decluttered 6. I can't find the I'm sorry. I'm so lost. So yeah, I decluttered total of 6 palettes, and I am happy with the outcome of this mini declutter, and I hope you enjoyed this super long video, and I'm gonna go sleep now because I feel so dizzy. And thank you so much for stopping by. Have a nice day and stay safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.